Alrighty, I think we have everyone in. It shows that way on my end. Thanks everyone for making it to today's availability with interim head coach Tim Skipper. We're going to get right into your questions. Please stay muted, and then go ahead and raise your hand if you have a question for Coach. We'll go to Dave Woods first.
Morning, Coach. How you doing?
Good morning, Dave.
Just was there anything new that you saw on the film from the game that you didn't kind of see firsthand when you're watching it live?
It was pretty much how I saw it. We started slow. That was the most disappointing thing. We were just a step late on a lot of things. Didn't use our three weapons, our eyes, our hands, and our feet. You have to do that every single play. And as the game went, you saw us getting a lot more comfortable. Defense, that second half shutout. Offense, we were able to get some points on the board. Just fell short, and I think a lot of it had to do with the way we started the game out. Some critical things throughout the game that happened. Penalties, we had six penalties for 60 yards. They had two penalties for 20. So it's a 40-yard difference there. And then the red area was glaring. We were 2 for 2 in the red, but they forced us to kick two field goals. We made them both. But then they were 3 of 4. They had two touchdowns and a field goal, and then we actually blocked a field goal attempt. But 17-6 right there in the red is kind of the difference. So those two things were glaring as you watch it and you really put the numbers to the game and just stuff we have to correct and get better at.
We will go to Ben Bulge from the LA Times.
Good morning, Coach.
Morning, Ben.
Two things for you. Just one's a quick follow-up. I understand, it was a new defense and scheme and all that stuff, so guys were settling into that. But were you disappointed that the offensive urgency maybe wasn't a little bit higher, given slow starts have been identified. It was nothing new, right? So maybe that the offense didn't really come out clicking at a higher level than it did.
I would just single out the offense. I think our team came out slow.
Hmm.
Just the first half, how it was. And then once we finally woke up and started playing ball, it got a lot better. But I thought that was in all three phases. I wouldn't just single out the offense on that thing. Even the offense side, it started picking up as well. So I just think we started slow. I'll take responsibility for that, and we have to get better at it.
And then the other thing, we talked about this before. This is the four-game cutoff for red shirting. What have been your conversations with the guys about that? Have you got any indications that guys are either going to red shirt or go into the portal right now?
Yeah, nobody's told me that at this point. As you know, this is totally fluid. It's going to be fluid through the rest of the season. As far as when you get to your fourth game, you decide to keep going. But my whole thing on that is that's the rules, and if guys decide to do that, we're not holding them hostage. They can go ahead and do that. We're coaching them hard. We're showing them a blueprint to go win games, and that's what we're going to do. And people that want to be a part of it stay, and then guys choose to go the other way, they go the other way. But right now, that's not been a big emphasis in anything that we're doing day to day. It's getting better and trying to get us a win.
Ben Royer, Daily News.
Hi, Coach. How are you doing?
Oh, doing great. Good morning, Ben.
I have a question. Scott Taylor got in the game, freshman, made some big plays for you. What have you seen from him, since you took over as interim coach, and how do you like seeing a true freshman make those impact plays early?
I'll go all the way back to training camp. Scott's a guy that's flashed. He makes plays every day, whether it's special teams or on defense, and I think he's getting better and better and better. I think he can definitely be a guy that will keep having major contributions to the team. I enjoy watching him play, so we'll see how he keeps on progressing. But I think he's got a very, very bright future.
Tracy McDaniel from On3.
Hey, Skip. Thanks for taking the time. We touched on it a little earlier, but the slow starts offensively. What have been the conversations with Coach and Sari been like? Trying to mitigate some of those issues. And I know obviously penalties have also been contributing to that. But how do you, I guess, get more chunk chunk explosive plays early?
Definitely, man. And I think it's all of it. It's our energy levels, our attention to detail. It's the getting the ball to the playmakers. It's making people miss. It's 11 guys doing the right things. It's all of it. Getting the right calls at the right time. The whole thing, the whole enchilada has to be on point. That's something that we're working at. My conversations have been very productive. We're just going to constantly keep working, try to figure out that first 8, 10 plays of the game, how can we best maximize that? And it's not going to just magically happen. You have to work at it. And then we're going to be playing some good defenses here. So we just got to constantly work. It's the only way you're going to fix things. It's not talking about and doing any of that stuff. It's working and getting better.
We'll go ahead and move to Jill Painter Lopez from the Associated Press. Maybe.
I can't hear. Oh,
Jill, you there? All right, we'll go ahead. We'll move to Dave Woods.
Hey, Coach. There was another change I noticed during the game on the offensive line. Ruben going in at the right tackle, Cortland coming in at left tackle, and then Garrett to right guard. What was the reason for that switch, and how did you think it went during the game?
yeah. And then Ruben actually went down. So it kind
Right.
of, a lot of stuff changed up. But like I told you guys when I first was up here, we're gonna try to find the best combinations and use as many guys as possible. That's basically what it is. Just trying to. We felt it gave us the best chance for in that game, and that's what we started out with. And then as the game goes, it changes, and you have to adjust. So guys that have flexibility to play multiple positions, you try to use that flexibility. And each week, it's going to be telling. We're going to play different styles of teams, and we're going to have to figure out what's best for us.
And what have you seen out of Penn State so far, looking at their film?
Man, well-coached team. Coach Franklin always has those guys ready to go. He's a top-notch coach in this profession, and you see it by the product you watch on film. I'll kind of break it down, offense and defense. Their offense is going to give you a lot of eye candy. I mean, they're going to shift motion, and then they're going to do what they're going to do on the play. So you're going to have to be locked in. You're going to have to adjust the formations, and they run every formation and they invent formations. They have offensive tackles out wide. I mean, it's going to be one of those games where we're going to have to lock into what we're doing and adapt to the formations and looks that they give us. They run every play in the book, every motion in the book, every shift in the book. So we're going to need to be ready for that. On defense, they're going to have their front four. They're a four-down operation. They're going to line up, and then they're going to disguise and move everybody that's behind them. And you're going to have to figure out, is this cover three? Is this man? Is this split safety? Cover two? Cover four? Is it cover six? We're going to have to figure out the back end because it's going to move once the ball snaps. So their D line is very, very good, very athletic, very physical. They do a great job, and they let their speed in the back end with their linebackers and DBs take over. So we're going to have our hands full. It's probably pound for pound and athlete to athlete, position wise, the best team we have played. So we'll have to be ready to go.
Okay, we'll try going back to Jill from the AP here.
Hi, Coach. Second time is charm. Um,
Hello.
Hi there. Your thoughts on your quarterback? How would you sort of assess his play over these first four games?
Yeah, and I'm kind of just going to talk about the last game. I don't want to talk about the other three. I was more helping on Coach Foster and on the defensive side. I wasn't particularly breaking down his game or anything like that. But I will say this about the game, this Northwestern game we just played. I thought he settled in nicely. I thought him running and taking some contact and getting hits actually helps him. I think he enjoys that part of the game. I think it settles him down. He feels more part of it. So I like the way he progressed as the game went. Obviously, like all games, there's plays he wish he could get back. But I like that we're not turning the ball over and we're being smart with it and doing things we need to do. So he'll keep getting better and better.
Okay, thank you. And then wins and losses, obviously, that's what everybody's in the business for. But how do you kind of keep the guys engaged and not, quote unquote, focusing on that record and how they're playing?
Yeah, winning's the ultimate goal, and that's a week to week challenge. It is always going to be a week to week challenge. I'm one of those guys that style of play is going to take care of that, and I really believe we put a full game together, not just a half. We'll be fine, but you can't worry about that. You got to work about it, and we'll do that this week, and then let the chips fall as they may on Saturday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ben Royer.
I have a quick question, and then I have a follow-up to it. The broadcast said before the game that he was like 30 to 40% of the defensive playbook was loaded in before the Northwestern game. So where would you like to see this team by Saturday? How much of the playbook do you think they'll have?
So this is kind of two-folded here, but Northwestern compared to Penn State, as far as what they do schematically, is totally different. So we're going to have a different plan and do different things. Probably how we are right now, we'll never just have the whole playbook in. We're going to game plan as we go week to week because we're going to play so many different offenses, so many different looks. Like Penn State's going to shift in motion and do a lot more things than what we saw last week. So we're going to get in what we need and think that's going to give us the best chance to win. And that's what we're going to roll with, and we'll adjust as the game goes. So I don't know that it's not going to, like, we don't have a spring ball, we don't have a training camp to throw in the whole playbook and then pick out what it's going to be. We're going to pick off of what we're seeing, what we need to use.
And then the follow up is Kevin Coyle called plays this last game. Is the plan for him to call plays going forward?
Yes, yes. He was comfortable enough when he got here on a Sunday. First practice was Tuesday. Went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday, he was like, I can call it. I feel good about it. And he called it. So we'll move forward that way. I thought we did a good job on defense. Once we settled in, second half shutout, like I said, I think we were giving up 36 points per game on defense, and it was 17 that game. And then 431 yards, and then they cut it down to 314 yards. So I like where we're headed. Obviously, I know the defense very well. I know how we operate, and I think it'll get better and better.
Jill, did you have another one, or is your hand still up from last time?
Nope, just up from last time.
Gotcha. Well, in that case, if there's nothing else for Coach, last calls here. All right, I guess that'll do it. Coach, thanks for your time with us today.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.